Practice run. How are you?
A couple more questions. One hard one and one easy one to end with.
Throw them at me.
This is the tough one.
All right.
Do you think, Mr. Burke, that there is a culture of corruption and collusion that is holding back our explosion and the explosion of bike culture and dissemination, and in other words, the growth of the bike industry here in the United States, from the vested interests connected with the oil companies, the transportation companies that they feed, and the connected companies to the transportation companies? Do you think that that in a negative way they have to be fought and stood up against, or do you think that or are you more of the opinion that we as a bicycle and a bicycling society, or as one that wants to go towards that, just needs to organize and unify?
Okay, simple answer for me is no. I don't think there's corruption or collusion. Oil companies, car companies, keeping the bicycle movement down. The success of the bike movement in America over the next 10 years, and it's a critical 10 years coming up, is solely dependent on our ability to organize and get people to show up. Okay. That's it. It can happen. And I said it tonight, the bicycle is a simple solution to complicated problems, but I also said it's a democracy of the people, by the people, and for the people who show up. The oil companies show up. They show up with their lobbyists. Those are the rules of the game right now. Deal with it. There's plenty of people who love their bikes. 98% of them don't show up. We need to get organized. We need to get people to show up. And we need people to say, we want bike facilities. And the majority of those people who ride bikes, they also drive cars. That's okay. That's fine. It's just to say that, you know what? If we had more people riding bikes, we'd have less congestion, we'd have less air pollution, we'd have more healthy kids and grandkids. This is a really simple thing to do. Let's just do it. But we got to get those people to show up.
Great. And a last question, a little bit of a softball pitch here. Are you going to bring in Lance Armstrong to one of our events, the Western Wisconsin, the Bicycle Federation events? And what is your current relationship, your Trek Corporation's current relationship with the superstar Lance Armstrong?
Wow. You know, I hate that word corporation. I know. Sounds kind of evil, and we're just a bunch of characters over in Waterloo building bikes. You know, Lance Armstrong is he's a busy guy, and we only get a few days of his time a year, and you never know where he's going to show up.
But he has made appearances at the factory and in Wisconsin.
Yeah, he has.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your relationship, if I could ask? With
him? We have a lifetime contract with him.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's he's part of the Trek family, and he's an amazing guy, and he's done a lot for Trek, and I think Trek's done pretty well for Lance, and we work it that way.
Great. Thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate
that.
That
was great. Yeah, you asked very good questions.